Welcome to the TuracoCreativeCast. I am your host, Frank Salazar, and I have a special guest today, Jim Lujan.
Hello, with my matching cup in hand.
And you can find Jim on jimlujan.com. That will take you to his YouTube channel.
And my matchinghat.com.
And you can find all my stuff here on Linktree/Turaco All right. Yeah. So the TuracoCreativeCast hasn't streamed in a while, so this is our first one in a few months. So I thought I'd have a special guest, Jim, and we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna have frank discussions, pun intended, and just shoot the breeze.
I thought this show was going to be called Frank Talk from now, or Frankly Speaking should be the name of this show. By the way, Gary Hodges just asked, how do you get one of these hats? There's two ways. One, you can go to Santa Barbara, and there's a little hat and T-shirt making shop down there on State Street. You can get one there. Or you can send me a check for $900, and I will send you one of these.
For $999 plus shipping.
Plus shipping.
And you can get your full fungus trucker hat.
That's right. Get your fungus trucker hat. And
we got a few people. We got Jay Campbell or the Cremble in the chat saying Jay boys, and we have Ictus. What is up, Total Excellence? All right. Got these two handsome lads. Where?
So we're this is the first hour of Latino Talk. Welcome.
Yes, and we actually are going to talk about our Hispanic influences. So might as well just get into it. Do you want to talk in Spanish for
influences? Hispanic influences? Her Hispanic influences?
Hispanic, her Hispanic, they Hispanic, all the Hispanics.
His, her, him, Hispanic.
Very awesome.
I think I just sold a few hats, by the way, in the chat. So
I see.
I mean, it's like QVC.
And Joshua, my Hispanic influence is you. Well, thanks, Joshua. And all right, so let's get right to it. Jim, who are some of your Hispanic influences?
Well, artistically, or like family-wise, it's like all my cousins and my father, and
Okay.
And when we find my father one day, if he turns out to be Hispanic, that'll be great.
Okay. And he's the one.
But artistically, the one name completely jumps to the front of the line, and that is Sergio Aragonés from Mad Magazine. I should have brought some books or something. I have some back there somewhere, but Sergio Aragonés, for those of you that don't know, might know who he is, because if you've ever read Mad Magazine, he's famous for drawing in the margins, the marginals, little tiny drawings, and he's also a super fast artist. But more than that, I think when I was a kid, he has a big mustache, and he reminded me of my father. My father kind of looked like him a little bit, and just a funny guy, and just a huge influence on me. Made me want to be a cartoonist as a kid. So Sergio Aragonés, definitely. And who else? I know there's at least one other person. Let's see. Another Frida Kahlo, because that's popular to say. And I'll just say it.
It's in Frida. I have a Frida Kahlo mural right here. You can't see it, but it's right here, and I look at it every night.
I kind
Oh,
of have Frida Kahlo eyebrows a little bit. So,
I saw the movie.
and yeah, I mean, that was my main one, Sergio Aragonés, and I got to meet him. I got to meet him a few times.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's really cool.
He knows who I am. He knows who I am.
He knows what he did.
And oh yes, Joshua mentioned that he also did Gru. He did Gru. Some of my other Hispanic artist influences, I'd have to say, would be Javier Hernandez and Rafael Navarro. But I know those guys, so it's just.
I was actually looking for my Javier book because I do have Days of the Dead and also El Gato by Richard Dominguez.
I've told Javier.
Who actually, he lived in my town.
Oh, really, Richard? He have you ever, you must have met him then, right?
I never met him. I've talked to him on Instagram. I never met him, but when he did El Gato, I was in high school.
Oh, really?
And I remember seeing that comic in the newspaper and like, oh, this local artist makes a Mexican comic. And once I found out it was black and white, I was like, no, thank you, sir. Those remind me of the little novella books, and I will have none of that. Now I love black and white comics.
I've met him a few times, probably like maybe 4 times. Okay. And at the Latino Comics Expos when I would do those. And he is a super nice guy, like really nice guy. We had a long talk the last time I saw him, which was probably like 6 years ago. But
I want to have him on the show. I just
well, that's what we were talking about. He's like, there's this guy, Frank Salazar, who's stalking me. So, and I was like, I don't know who that is. He said, one day you will. One day.
One day.
And today's that day. So this is great. Full circle.
Right.
So
first you, then Javi, now Richard.
But I don't know. I think like as far as Latino influences, I think it's funny. In the movie Selena. In the movie Selena, the line that Edward James Olmos says about you're not Mexican enough for Mexico, but out here you're too Mexican. Out here in the United States, they look at you as too Mexican, and that's I think, I know for me, a little bit of both, not too bad either way, because I haven't really I haven't tried to go to Mexico and do art or do anything there. But it's funny when if ever I forget that I'm Mexican, you'll meet people that aren't Mexican and they kind of remind you quickly, because you're the Latino representative all of a sudden of all Latino artists. So, and but so as the representative, I take that very seriously, that role.
And Joshua says, did Javier ever influence you through peer pressure?
Through pure pressure, he did. He applied pressure.
All the pressure.
So I will say this publicly, and I've told him this before. I believe Javier Hernandez is the best interview of any cartoonist that I know. I really do. I could listen to him being interviewed all day. He's just he makes you want to read his work when you hear him talk about it, and that's a really good. That's a great gift. That's like and it's not like a salesman pitch. He's just got a really natural.
It's the way he talks about it. It's like if he's talking about a son.
Yeah, or
daughter,
or somebody else's work. That he he's really interested in. So, and I like that. I think that's great because he takes it really seriously. But I don't know. I like hearing him. I like hearing him interviewed.
He's one of my favorite interviews on the TuracoCreativeCast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you paid me. I got a finder's fee for that.
Yes,
I have like 75 cents you gave me. I have about like 30 cents left of it. So that's really good.
It's funding full fungus right now.
Yeah, well, half. That's half. Come on. Let's not exaggerate. It's half the budget. But
that's half the budget.
Why do you have a guitar, by the way? Do you like? Are you writing songs, or
I just missed having a co-host. So like, I have my guitar.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm
Oh,
sure.
wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's that? Oh hey, Anna, you wanna come in? Sure, I'm right here. Hey
Wow.
guys.
You know that the FBI is watching this right now. I just want to say,
You
know,
just sent it to it.
there's going to be a knock on your door.
Right.
And then there's going to be this, sir, follow my finger. By the way, not to sidetrack, but lately, Leanne and I have been watching a lot of arrest videos, like, you know, and entitled people being arrested. And
Okay.
it's like just go YouTube that, please. It's the greatest comedy of real life in the world. The things people say when they're arrested. Yeah. So
Did I come out or?
Not yet. Okay.
Okay.
But I don't think you're entitled enough yet. You need to be a little bit more entitled.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm hoping to come out on that one day. That's my dream.
That's your goal.
I'll just keep looking at the camera, which is his badge cam. I'll just keep looking at it.
Hey.
But
Christopher says he watched one of those videos. I'm assuming one of the arrested videos.
The arrested. Josh was asking any specific channel, and I would say just type in. I'll send you some, Josh. There's one specific one that's great. Oh, it's so good. This one lady, but just type in Google entitled people arrested DUI, and you'll have hours of fun. Hours of fun. Yeah. That's just my sense. If that would have existed when I was growing up, I would have never watched regular TV. So
Gary says yet.
Yeah, yet.
That's why it's a dream, Gary. It's
Yes.
a goal.
Yes. So is this the new relaunch of your interview show? Frankly speaking, like this.
I was thinking like that's like TuracoCreativeCast. Frankly,
You need a
speaking
double.
frankly, Riff.
One of those where you're looking like this, and then the fade, a close up like that, looking that way, like those old Sears photos. I wish I could do that. That would be fun. Yeah, like that.
Frankly speaking, with Frank Salazar.
Wow, that get the FBI there faster than they're already on their way. So.
They just paged me.
They're like, you can come out or we can come in. It's gonna end one way or the other.
I was like, after an hour, give me a minute.
And Josh wrote, because I'm into arrest and interrogation vids, they're fascinating. I'll send you,
Okay.
I'll send you the granddaddy of the, or the grandmammy of them all, Josh. There's one, the lady's in a green t-shirt. It's pure theater. It's the best. So, but
there's one that I saw that was going viral for a while, and I saw it from a Canadian lawyer, Runco the Bailey, because he was like examining it and doing a review where this elderly lady gets pulled over by the cop, and the cop is like, you need to, like, show me your ID or here's your ticket, and she's fighting it. And she like drives off, and but he's like being real calm and real chill, and he catches up to her and maces her, and she's like, fine, I'll take the ticket. Like, it's too late, ma'am. Yeah.
Now please step out of the car so I may mace you. But Frank, I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this, but have you ever been maced?
Maced? No.
Oh, I don't like that tone. There's something else behind that. Okay, maced? No, not maced. Now change the subject, Jim.
Being with a billy club, that's another story.
Really? Is that real or you joke? Okay.
That's not real, but I have been arrested.
Let's talk about that in detail. In detail, because
Officer,
I have been interrogated by police though in a room like in Batman, like the Dark Knight. I have. I was maybe 9 or 10, probably 10, and I hung out with this kid who was a year older than me, and I didn't know, but he was gang affiliated. His family, whole family was, and I was.
Was it Jose?
No, it was Gary Hodges.
Oh, okay. Hodges.
By the way, Frank, that was a racist guess. That was super racist. But you know, as kids would do, dirt clod things and bad things like that. And then we got busted, and then my dad, I think, drove me into the station. They came to my house, and then they didn't like put me in cuffs. I was 9, but then my dad drove me to the station, and then we went into a room, and literally a room like with the light above you, okay. It was like on TV. And then the cop was saying, okay, look, we know that he's trying to say that everything was your idea, what you guys were doing, your hijinks, but we already know this guy's past, and if you only knew his family. He's basically kind of telling my dad, like, don't let him hang out with this kid, and so is there anything you want to tell us? And I told him, no, you filthy pig, and I spit in his face. And then I pulled a cigarette out from my ear. It was a candy cigarette. But that's when I realized that, I don't know, prison probably is not for me, most likely. I learned that early. All of my bad stuff, by the way, really bad stuff, I did before age 12. So my whole life of crime ended by age 12, before I ever hit junior high. So
mine started right before 12 and then kept on a little bit more.
And it ended, you mean 12 noon today? Because that's what that's exactly
this morning.
I'm at noon today, Frank. But no, I hate being in trouble. I really do. I'm not like one of those people where if I'm in trouble, I'm like, I don't care. Let it go. Who cares? I hate being in trouble. I don't want drama or trouble. But when you're a drug runner, it just comes with the territory,
Trouble is your middle name.
I know. It's actually Trouble. It's French. But yeah. But no, I'm a pretty clean cut individual when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I'm no longer a member of the Mexican mafia. I'm sorry.
So is that a shotgun shell mug?
This is a free product placement mug that I got somewhere. It was given to me from the FBI. Oh, there's a bug on the bottom of it. That's why it's mic'd. Okay. But it keeps things cold. So, yeah, I have always been respectful of police. So my father was a fireman.
Oh, okay.
I think I've gotten out of 2, maybe 3 tickets in my life because when they, come to the car and they ask for a license, and then on my registration or whatever it says, I don't know, somewhere it says fireman's credit, LA City fireman's credit, And I literally had one guy ask me one time, "Who's the fireman?" "It's my father, sir." And then he went back to his car, and then he came back and he goes, all right, well, you can't make a U-turn here. Just, you know. And I said, okay, I can't make a U-turn here? I'll make you turn. That's what I'll make you. And I hit him on the butt as he walked away. So, because that's how I roll. But no, I'm not a bad boy. Bad boy.
Any kids watching, don't emulate you.
No, don't do
Any
that.
of my kids watching, don't emulate me.
All of my criminal festivities happen on screen only. So yes, the J boys are out of control. Out of control. Oh, there's Christopher.
Yes,
Christopher said he watched one of those videos today. Oh, I really want to show you guys. You know what? Can we show videos on this? We just watched the whole video. I'll share this somehow later. But let me see if
Chris has a good question. Who was the person in each of your lives that encouraged your individual pursuits in art? You want to go first, Jim?
Mine was in 5th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Bloomfield. And she saw that I had a tendency to draw in class, and you know, and I was creative like that. So she, instead of telling me, oh, you should channel it, she forced me to channel, like as a punishment. To, okay, if you're going to do that, then we're going to have you do this. And then she made me make a puppet play, like with little, drew these little figures, and we cut them out and then put them on popsicle sticks. And then I had to write up, because we had an assignment, a writing assignment. And she goes, well, you can do yours as a play. And I didn't know what a script was. Yeah, kind of like that. Oh my God, that's Miss Bloomfield's head. So that she was the one that got me to do that, and that got me hooked right away. And we went next door to the class that was a grade above us, and we did the play for all those kids, and they really liked it. It really was. I wish I had the play, but I remember it was, even at that young age, at 5th grade, it was sarcastic and funny. Like the play was like, you know, and I remember there was a mention of beer in it somewhere, because it was leprechauns. And maybe one of them said, oh, I'm drunk. And then he falls down or something. But because I'm a racial stereotype. So it was basically a hate crime play as a child. And that's when I got into art. And
through hate crimes.
It was a hate crime. But yeah, Miss Bloomfield for me was the first one to really, my sister Laura. My sister Laura, though, since birth, you know, she was 16 or 15 years older than me. So by the time I came around, she was kind of like a babysitting second mother to me. And Laura was really creative and stuff. And so she was the first person to push me into art as a kid. My very first drawing I ever did, and I have it somewhere, I think, was that
Arturo Rodriguez? She pushed her into him.
It was a drawing of Batman.
Oh,
it was the very first thing that I know that I ever drew, and it was watercolor. So I painted like what was to be Batman, and then she gave me, I don't know if I did it or if she did, there's ink over it. So it's like dry watercolor on cardstock or real thick watercolor board. It's like this big, and then I drew Batman over it. So it's kind of like inking, you know, I was drawing and inking before I knew what it was. But I remember that was one of the very first things. I was very proud of that. And then, so she always encouraged that. And then I just did my own thing for a long time. My mom would always tell me all the time, like, why don't you ever draw nice things? You know, like, and, you know, cute things. Because I wasn't drawing like bloody, you know, gross things. Sometimes I did. But I was drawing kind of like what I draw now as a kid. I was drawing like very like seedy characters and like, you know, just grotesque looking people. And yeah, she always said, you draw so cute. Why you ever draw nice things? I say, because I'm not a nice thing myself. I talk like Batman as a kid. So, but how about you? Who was the one that got you pointed into the direction of doing art?
My mom would always encourage it. So I think I just kind of like drawing, and she bought me like notebooks and pencils and stuff. So she never said no, don't do it. She was just like, oh, you want this, sure, and I would be watercoloring. I think I was in maybe high school. That's when I got into it a little bit more. And so I was watching Dateline and just watercoloring and drawing. And I took my sketchbook to school, and they were doing like an art gallery thing, or was going to be in the mall where artistic students could display their work. And so my mom took me to that, and my notebook was there so people could like flip through. And I drew some nice stuff, but I also drew Barney being shot. So I drew busty ladies, and I drew. I don't have that anymore. Where's my busty ladies book?
Wasn't that your name of your first anthology?
Busty Ladies, Volume 1.
How old are you to say the word busty, by the way? Are you in your late 60s? Busty. That word. Busty. Can you describe the perpetrator, Mr. Salazar? She was a lady. Quite busty, if I remember correctly.
Quite buxom.
Buxom. Yeah, that's another one. Buxom. I hope you tag this episode with that. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm reading the chat, and Christopher followed up a good question with an even gooder question.
Mm-hmm.
Are your families artistic?
Autistic.
Artistic. Ms. Salazar, being that this is your show, you may go first. Please do so.
I think creative. My mom used to sing, so she didn't draw, but she used to sing when she was younger. And I think my father, he might have sang as well, but I know he got more into the culinary arts. But I think just maybe my cousins were artistic, but I influenced some of them. So I guess not that many that I know of, but I know there's some here and there.
My family definitely was. There's a lot of creative people in my family. My mother, who was a bosomy, buxom lady, and all of her sisters are very busty and buxomy and bosomy.
Anna's gonna be mad when she watches this. What are you talking about?
Well, if you let her out of the closet to watch this, because I heard that pounding in the background, I was just ignoring it. But I say, dang it, Anna, this is my show. This is my time. Okay.
You had no chance.
Yeah, my brother, my oldest brother, great guitarist. My other brother, great singer. Sister Laura was a great artist. And yeah, I mean, it's cousin Frank, great guitarist. And it's the internet that makes it sound out of tune, not the. There's a lot in my family. There's painters in my family. There's also a famous artist, a local artist, but is a famous guy named Lujan. Magoo. His actual name was Magoo Lujan. And,
okay.
Yeah, I guess his birth name, I think it was Magoo, but he died a few years ago. But there was a local art scene, and he was really well known. I don't know if it's just Southern California, might be United States, but if you Google him, And if you can't find him, at least you'll find Mr. Magoo, and you can watch a few episodes of those, which are really great. But
I'll find Mr. Magoo and Jim Lujan videos. I could just watch those back to back.
But here's a tip for you. There's I want everyone to go look up Lujan Fernandez, guitarist from Argentina, I believe. No, that's a model. Wait, is Lujan Fernandez the model? Oh my God, now I forgot the name of. I'll have to look her up. Lujan Fernandez. I think it might be Lujan Fernandez, or is it something else? Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm googling.
I'm googling my Lujan
Fernandez because I often Google Lujan. Google Lujan. Oh no, Lujan Fernandez is a model. That's Lujan Fernandez.
Okay.
Wrong one. Dang it. Okay, Lujan.
Is she boozing me?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
This one, I want everybody to follow this person. Mercedes Lujan. Guys, go look up Mercedes Lujan. That's Mercedes Lujan.
Okay.
Really, really, really excellent guitarist. Here you go. You don't believe me? This is me playing.
Oh.
I'll play a little guitar for you. Ready?
Oh.
You're gonna get demonetized now. Yeah. That's Lujan Fernandez. She's really, yeah. No, dang it, not Lujan Fernandez, Mercedes Lujan. I'm sorry.
You can find her on mercedeslujan.net.
I think so, but yeah, she's great.
I'm looking at it right now.
But yeah, and I found out there's also a Lujan Zoo or Zoo Lujan in, I think it's Argentina as well.
Okay.
It's a little bit of history of the Lujan.
There was a dictator named Francisco Salazar.
Oh, there's a lot. Oh, Francisco Salazar.
Oh, wait, is there? All right, let me check. Unless it's just Salazar, let me check. Because I know someone called me a dictator recently, so I'm trying to remember why.
Well, did they call you a dictator or half?
Half of that and something about the potato.
I meant just potato. There's Salazars in my family too, by the way.
Oh, are we related?
No,
because we're all
cannot borrow money. Let's stop it right there.
Can I have that 30 cents back?
It's invested. I can't do that to you.
It's Antonio de Oliveira Salazar. Okay. The Portugal dictator.
Is your mother's maiden name? And
my mother's maiden name is
your social. So your mother's maiden name is Ramirez. What if I got it right? Garcia.
I'd be surprised if you got it right. I guess it would be kind of common, but I haven't heard it as often, except if it's my family.
Give me a hint. Give me a hint. Romo.
It's of something.
De Los Angeles.
She was an angel.
Is it more than one word?
It's one word after De La
Fuentes.
Oh.
Hold on. Frank Salazar's mother's maiden name.
It might actually be because I've done videos of her.
What does it start with? I like this game, by the way.
C.
C?
C.
It's Cuevas.
No.
Alderon.
Cool.
Cabrera. Am I close? Cuomo.
There's an R in the middle.
Okay. Castro.
Yes, that's.
You're Filipino? I knew it. Somebody said, Christopher says, was it Christopher? Christian.
Della Christopher.
Is there a Della in it, or is it just Carrera?
Yeah, Della.
Let's keep guessing, everybody. That's who gets it. What do we win if we get it?
You can be back on the show.
5 cents.
I'll cash up you.
Cabral.
No. I'm trying to remember what it.
But it is a name we would get. It's not gonna. You're not gonna be like it's Corto Novo.
It should. I mean, it's common to me.
Okay. Carlos. Not close. Carvana.
A slang for it. A slang definition is rotten. That's what Google told me. So.
Cochino. No, that's not. That's horrible.
My mom would change that name immediately.
That was a slur, and I apologize. That was an accidental slur.
That's what I was called.
Wow. Corrupt.
That's just my family motto.
Chris.
All right, so the first 3 letters are C-E-R.
Cervantes.
That's not it, but that is my niece's name, last name.
Oh, I thought we were guessing your niece's last name. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay. Your mom's last. Okay, let's start over. Sir, it's gonna be Sir, or maybe not. Wait, what did you say? The first 3 are
C-E-R.
Say Cervantes.
Or
Cerrado.
Close.
Cerrados.
Yes, that's it.
No, it's not.
I was telling them what it means. It means closed. Cerrados.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's a play on words now. I get it.
But no, that was close, but not it.
Close,
I can just tell you guys. I mean, it's not the...
wait, one more guess.
Okay.
No, he says Cabrera, but that's not how you spell Cabrera, right?
No.
Sir. It's gonna be Sir, right? Because it's pronounced Sir. Sir. Corey Kerr.
Yeah,
Josh says.
My mom is Corey's aunt.
I said Cervantes. Circland.
So it's 2 syllables.
Okay. Serto. Surf City.
Yes, that's.
Oh my God. See, I'm not cheating. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sorry. That's my cousin. He had to change his name.
Sirloin. What's the name? Like Cervantes is the one that comes to mind, but it's not it. It's 2 syllables. Sounds like. Dang it. Does anybody? I'm trying to get your security question. Yeah. Sir Galahad. Certain. Serpico. What's the last letter, Frank? The very last letter.
A.
A?
Yeah. It's not Canadian, as it say.
Oh, Serta. Sleeper. Cerna.
So you were close. I think you actually did say it, but you were using a T when it's a different letter.
Cerda. I would not have got that. No. So, ladies and gentlemen, his security code is Cerda. I got that one. My mother's maiden name is very unusual. I'll give you a hint.
Is it Martinez?
My hint here's a good hint. It's Lopez.
Oh, okay. Mario.
Yes. No, it's Lopez.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm related to everybody because my mother's name is Lopez.
I know a few people named Lopez.
Oh my God. Do you know him?
Oh, my.
My good friend is named George Lopez. His actual name is George Lopez.
Oh, okay.
Goes by follow him on Instagram as the other George Lopez.
Oh, okay.
And I told him,
So,
George, you should make the other George Lopez call himself the other George Lopez.
So there's a I never heard him, but I know there's a pastor in our fellowship named George Lopez, and I was like, George Lopez is a pastor? Like what? Oh, different George Lopez. Okay.
Joshua has a good question. He says, "Okay, now name the street you grew up on and your favorite book."
And your pet's name.
Cerda. My pet's last name is Cerda Con Lopez.
Con Lopez.
But so I am. Hey, look at Frank. I am Mexican on both sides, father and mother.
Oh, okay.
And
my dad is from Mexico, and my dad is Hispanic.
Both, yeah. So I have family in Tucson. How's that
Oh.
sound? And the in my family tree, I know there's a great grandmother or something that's French. But other than that, if you look our papers up, it just says all Mexican, all the time, 24/7. So, but and
Wow.
also I've well, now that you have.
And there's French in there. Yeah, it's Trebel. That's his middle name.
So
actually, I want to answer these questions, but like that could actually be my it could be my password or something.
Identity theft. We're here to help you steal our identities. But
I love that we turn into a guessing game of who can guess my password. Who can crack the code.
My grandmother, my father's mother, was a flamenco guitarist. Actually was. Yeah. And
I didn't know my father's parents.
And my father's father was a flamingo.
Oh, okay. My father's father, Placido, had a pet flamingo.
No.
No.
Does anyone have a pet flamingo? Wouldn't that be awesome? Where's your flamingo? It's out there in the yard. Speaking of flamingos, look, Paul Pate's here.
Hey, Paul.
Sorry I'm late. I just got back from my court-mandated predator class.
Oh, okay. There's a long history of pantless Pates.
Yeah. Let's guess Paul's
mother's maiden
name. Yeah.
Oh, that's now we've already had some plastic flamingos in the yard, but
yeah, at the LA Zoo they have flamingos when you walk in, and it was just always odd. I just thought they put them up front because people were like, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. Look at they're just standing there. Let's go." Like, it was like the appetizer that just like, let's get this one out of the way. Flamingos didn't do anything. They just stood there.
They just stand there. They're too afraid to touch the ground with both feet, so they're just 1 foot.
So is this an open forum? It obviously is, or are we keeping it art related? because
It's whatever. Well, we talked about prison stories and guess my mother's middle name for 20 minutes. So we can talk about whatever you want.
excuse me, because I want to know what everybody's favorite exhibit. If you go to a zoo, what's the one thing like you want to see? I mean, obviously for me, because of my family history, is gorillas. So I like identify with them.
The zoo that I haven't been there in a few years, but I will go there as a child with the school, and then I think I went like with my parents and some friends years later. They used to have a cool dinosaur exhibit. Those like the like
Okay, Frank,
animatronic.
I hate to break it to you, but I think somebody's been lying to you.
When I got there, it was just bones.
Was
That they had just finished.
Be honest, was Jesus riding one of the dinosaurs?
He was riding the T-Rex.
All right.
That's what my mom. That's the story my mom told me.
Yes, he's riding the whole.
They used to have, I think it was like their like dinosaur prehistoric whatever exhibit, and they had taken everything down, but they put the pterodactyl models over the alligator pit. So I would go.
The actual alligator pit.
Mm-hmm. There's a alligator in the bottom, and I was just taking pictures of the pterodactyls.
Now, if I'm not
I
mistaken,
had some of those pictures, and I sent them to Anna, so she could verify that for me.
Because you have her over an alligator pit in the backyard.
I don't
know. Slow roasting. I hear it. Yeah, that's why the FBI is on its way. Okay. Now listen, if I'm not mistaken, if Dr. Hodges is still out there, I believe alligators are older than dinosaurs. They've been around longer. Or is it crocodiles, or is it both have been around longer than dinosaurs? Dr. Hodges, we'll give you 35 seconds to
I thought it was both, but I'm not sure. Anna would know, and also Gary. Anna, do you know?
Knock 3 times. Oh, that means crocodiles. Yeah. And I'm really curious to see what Dr. Hodges says. So Joshua says he goes straight for the hippos all day, anytime, all day, goes right to the hippo exhibit. I'm right there with you. The hippo exhibit's awesome. But you know what else is really cool at the zoo? We have a walrus, I believe it is. And the way it just swims around and stuff like that, it's pretty intimidating. Yeah. Okay. Chris says they were around that long, not older. Josh says pterodactyl alligator is one of the best garage bands of all time. Okay.
Oh, the museum, the zoo that I went to. They had this statue of a tortoise, so I had sat on it during a school trip and took a picture. And when I got older, I went back and I took another picture. So somewhere I have pictures of me on this turtle statue.
Oh, really? Where you live, it's really hot, right?
Yes, but this was a little further.
They don't have polar bears at your zoo, right?
Actually, I think they do.
Really? Or are they just bears? They just spray painted them white, and they're not even bears, actually dogs.
Yeah, it's guys in suits. Yeah. Guys in costumes.
Well, those are different types of bears, Frank. So let's just leave it at that. Crocodiles are much newer. Gary says that if he remembers right, alligators predate dinosaurs slightly, and crocodiles are not as they haven't been around as long as dinosaurs.
No, I thought they were roughly around, but I might have just been mixing them up with alligators. Newer. Gary remembers when crocodiles were all the rage.
They used to do the crocodile rock.
Yeah.
Remember? So also anything ape related or monkey related, I'm into. I love that stuff. We went to the LA Zoo about By the way, when we went to the LA Zoo, there were protesters in front of the zoo screaming, yelling with their bullhorns, and I was really hoping there was like a trap door to the alligator exhibit, like they would just like slide down because they were super annoying. But we went there and we had probably 20 minutes, a 20-minute conversation with an orangutan. It was so nice. It was at the glass. It was just like he was just or she was just chilling by the glass, leaning against the glass, and we were talking with her, and she said that she got out of rehab.
Okay.
She had a drinking problem, and that her kid, the state took her kids away from her, and then she asked to borrow some money. So she's going through some hard times. So we lent her, a little bit of money, but it was nice because I like to do things for animals.
So speaking of animals,
It was so old, Frank, that the first time he heard it, Gary fell off his dinosaur. I can't do Johnny Carson's voice. So. And Paul Pate said that was him with the bullhorn.
Really big shoe. Really big shoe.
Yeah, I should have known because I heard Paul saying, take the pants off the animals. The animals should not be wearing pants.
Nor do I, says Paul. Keep your pants on at all times, Paul. It's mine.
Everybody, lower your pants. We can dance.
Thanks. I was listening to that last night, actually. Not that version.
So and Joshua says every time you see a fire and brimstone bullhorn guy at a convention or an event, that's Paul. Yeah. Pate rhymes with hate. I'm just saying.
Paul
just
hate.
Saying. All hate, Paul hate. Pate.
Paul hate.
So
speaking of trap doors, one of the courthouses here that has a little museum. So last time I went to remodeling it, but you used to be able to see where they used to hang the people. So wow. I saw it when I was little, and when I went last time, they had a picture of it, and there's like a picture of kids looking up at, and I was like, why did they put this up here? Of kids looking up the news.
Texas.
That's Texas, yeah.
Man. Oh my God.
Each of your favorite numbers or 5-letter words. Okay. You're still trying to figure out my password.
Well, sometimes passwords, they say to use a phrase, and Frank's is they'll never catch me. Whatever that means.
This is my favorite phrase. You can't spell art. You can't spell Turaco without A-R-T.
You can't spell it. Otherwise, it would be Uko.
Oh.
It's just Uko. Turaco? No, Utu. So, who's going to be the next guest on the Turaco Artcast? And you don't really have to even talk about art if you don't want to. You can talk about whatever.
Yeah. That's actually is the new format I'm going for. Just talking about the person.
We're talking about my mom.
Talking about my mom's last name for 20 minutes.
We'll be talking about my mom's last name.
Keep my mom's last name out of your mouth.
Yes.
Frankly, my darling, don't say sorry. I didn't mean to.
This is an actual this podcast, this interview is actually a delayed one because it was supposed to happen. I feel like it was supposed to happen before COVID. No, it was supposed to happen like 2 months ago, right? 3 months ago.
Yes, yes. I was trying to get Anna. Come on, Anna. Jim's gonna be back on, and like she got tired.
All right, for the record, now,
She's not.
right now, Mr. Salazar, please tell the court, where is Anna? Hashtag free Anna.
She's with her mother, wherever that is.
No, that wasn't not creepy at all.
She probably is with her mother. I'm sure. It's like family.
Frank, nobody's laughing in court right now when they replay this. And ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you're watching this, Gary's probably involved with the schematics. But I just want to tell you guys to go look for the full fungus.
Gary is showing all the diagrams, and this is where.
Poor thing. Hashtag. Can you put hashtag free Anna on the screen? Find Anna. Hashtag find Anna, please. Because
okay, for the record, Anna's fine.
Oh my God, dude! Can I go to jail for this? Is this what collaboration's about?
These are the collaborators.
Frank, while we're doing this interview, I have an earpiece, and the police are saying, "Keep him on the line. Keep him on the line." That's why I was like, well, your mother's maiden name. Let me guess. Don't let him hang up. Keep him on the line, Lujan. Yeah, there you go. Free Anna. It's like Rihanna. Free Anna.
Yeah.
He's
gonna be so mad at me.
Yeah. She's a nice person. She's a very nice person.
She is.
And I think we can all agree on that. And
she is.
On the show, and I hope she comes back. So, how's that?
Yes, and she trying to see just our schedules just conflict a lot because there's a big difference. So, Carrie, I can confirm Anna is fine. Frank sent me a picture holding the things. Well, sign it says I'm okay.
Yeah. Our schedules conflicted. Frank says, he says, my schedule was, I wanted to do the show. Her schedule was, please let me out. And they conflicted. I was like, no, I can't. So.
Sorry. It's
Well, we need proof. This is going to be the ongoing internet thing now. There's going to be pictures of you coming out of an Aldi supermarket. There's going to be pictures of you going like that to the camera. There's going to be all kinds of stuff, and there's going to be interviews. And yeah, didn't you say you used to watch Dateline as a kid when you used to draw? You're going to be watching it again.
It's like drawing prison. That's me.
Yes, and you're going to have Keith Morrison narrating you. And the Turaco, this bird wasn't flying anywhere.
It was like Unsolved Mysteries. Update.
I like Chris's comment right here. He says, I'll let you read it.
All right. I have never seen Anna. Are we sure that this isn't a situation where Frank says, I'll be right back, and comes back in drag? So she's right here, guys.
Here's what's going to happen with this broadcast. It's going to be like this. We're going to be laughing, and it's going to pause in court. They're going to say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I think you'll know. I think you can see that it's a laughing matter to Mr. Salazar.
Throw the book at him.
I'm just saying, when you're in court, Frank, for this trial, you should wear like curly red hair. Would be really cool. That would be a good look. Curly red hair, and maybe blue contacts. I think you would set the world on fire with the memes. I'm just saying. Go all in, Frank. All in.
All right. For the record, Anna is fine.
We never got to guess your middle name.
Oh, my middle name is easy. It's the Lord's name.
Is it really?
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh. Frank. Jesus, Salazar.
That's what the judge will be saying.
Christ Salazar. That's your middle name, Jesus Christ?
No, not Jesus Christ, but that's what he said.
Are you starting a cult? Is this what this is about? Are you starting some kind of... You have a messiah complex?
It's the branch Salazarian.
Yes. The Frank Davidians. Wow.
That's actually not that, but my son's middle name is David.
There we go.
That's my favorite co-leader.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
So this was supposed to be a new and more serious format of the show, and it just
well, it is pretty serious.
Yes, there's just a lot of accusations of
30 years to life is pretty serious, Frank. When you're just profusely sweating through the whole thing.
Yeah, because I'm a light right here.
Well, when they find all your hidden crimes, they'll find all of mine, and so on. So you guys are next on the chat. I know it's going to be a domino effect. So.
You're all here. You're all witnesses. And I'm not, no.
Frank, Jesus Christ, Salazar. That's pretty good.
All right. And on that note, I know you gotta get going. I want to end it on this.
Yeah, I should end on that note because I have to go too. Frank, it has been a pleasure. This has been the opposite of boring. Thank you. And
yeah, I don't know why you can keep this true one up, but it'll be there as Miranda says, pick it down.
Yeah, they're gonna get this one from the server, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So.
Everything say here has been a joke between us fellas, and nothing we said is serious. So.
The opinions expressed by Frank Jesus Christ Salazar are those of Frank Jesus Christ Salazar alone, and not represented by YouTube or its affiliates.
Yes. Okay.
Now, before you go, you need to heal at least one person through the screen.
All right, Paul. Let's put them pants back on you.
Oh, there's a song for you, Frank. Hold on. It goes like this. Jesus Christ Salazar, who in the world do you think you are?
Okay. You go, Jim.
All right. So, welcome to the relaunch of Turaco.
Right. Welcome back to the TuracoCreativeCast.
Hello. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Catch you later.
Thank you for having me on, Frank. I appreciate it. Thank you for.
No problem.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. I'll end it now.